Daylight saving time, part. Imagine this, you go to bed at a usual time, and suddenly, when you wake up, you've either gained or lost an entire hour. Daylight saving time, a concept we're all familiar with, yet hardly understand. Why do we do this? And who came up with the idea in the first place? Today, we're taking you on a journey through the fascinating history, myths, and unexpected impacts of daylight saving time. From heart attack spikes to international clock confusion, we're covering it all. So, what do you think? Should we keep DST, or let it go? Let's dive in. The surprising origins of DST. Our story starts not in the fields or farms, but in an essay. Yes, back in 1784, Benjamin Franklin joked that people could save on candles if they simply woke up earlier to use sunlight. But Franklin wasn't seriously proposing DST, it was satire. Then in 1895, a New Zealand entomologist, George Hudson, proposed a version of daylight saving time. Hudson valued his evening hours for collecting insects and suggested a 2-hour time shift to make better use of daylight. In 1907, an Englishman named William Willett, a golfer, took the idea even further. Frustrated that his evening games were cut short by sunset, Willett lobbied Parliament to introduce a formal time change to maximize daylight hours. But it wasn't until World War I that DST truly began. Countries like Germany, Britain, and eventually the US adopted it to save energy. Did you know daylight saving time started with an insect collector? Let us know if that's a new one for you. Myth-busting DST, farmers, retail, and the real beneficiaries. One of the biggest myths about DST is that it was created for farmers. But, farmers actually resisted it. The abrupt time change disrupted their schedules. Cows, after all, don't adjust their milking time based on the clock. The truth is, it was retail and recreation industries that benefited most from DST. In fact, some studies show that people shop and go out more when there's more daylight in the evening. It's believed that adding an extra hour of sunlight was largely a push by retailers and even the golf industry to boost business. What about you? Do you find yourself shopping or staying out longer when it's still bright in the evening? Comment below if DST affects your routine. Health and safety, the good, the bad, and the weird. Let's talk about health. Daylight saving time has more effects than you might expect. When we spring forward and lose an hour of sleep, the impacts are almost immediate. Studies show a 24% increase in heart attacks on the Monday after clocks are set forward. Workplace injuries and car accidents also spike, largely due to people losing that crucial hour of sleep. And it's not just physical health, people report feeling groggier, and studies link this shift to decreased productivity and even a rise in cyberloafing, or wasting time online at work. But here's a twist: when we fall back in autumn and gain an hour, those risks briefly decrease. Heart attacks actually drop by about 21% after people gain that extra hour. What do you think? Is the disruption to health and safety worth it? Let us know if you think DST does more harm than good. DST around the world, who participates and who doesn't? Did you know that over 70 countries have abolished daylight saving time altogether? And even within countries that still use it, there are exceptions. In the United States, for example, Hawaii and most of Arizona opt out. Imagine the confusion this can cause if you're traveling, or even making a phone call across time zones. In Russia, the government tried permanent daylight saving time in 2011, hoping the extended daylight would improve health and energy use. But it backfired. Citizens complained of feeling exhausted and disoriented during the winter months, and after 3 years, Russia reversed the decision. Today, they stay on standard time year-round. What about where you live? Do you observe DST, or have you ditched it? Tell us your location in the comments. The modern push to abolish DST as more people become aware of DST's drawbacks, a global movement is building to abolish it. In recent years, European Union lawmakers voted to end the biannual clock change. The US has also seen legislative pushes for change, with some states proposing to stay on DST permanently. But it's not as simple as a state deciding. Federal law needs to be amended first, so why all the fuss? Well, research increasingly shows that the energy savings from DST are actually minimal. While DST may have saved energy in the early 1900s, when people primarily used lighting at night, today's energy use is more about climate control and appliances, making the impact of DST much smaller. Would you support a permanent shift to standard time or daylight time? Drop a DST or standard in the comments to share your choice. Fun facts and strange DST stories. Here are some strange and surprising DST facts you might not know. For one, daylight saving time has affected military and even terrorist operations. In 1999, a group of terrorists in Israel accidentally triggered their bombs early because they forgot to account for a DST change. Another wild fact, in 2007, when the US extended DST by a month, the technology industry scrambled to adjust. Many computers and devices automatically updated the time based on the old DST schedule, leading to a period of chaos with incorrect clocks, and in the world of sports, daylight saving time has been especially impactful. Before 1966, US states could set their own DST rules, leading to all kinds of confusion. One year, parts of Iowa had 23 different DST schedules. Imagine trying to keep track of that. Have you ever experienced a DST mishap? Maybe an alarm going off at the wrong time or missing an appointment. Share your funny DST stories in the comments. So, daylight saving time, is it a quirky tradition we should keep, or an outdated system ready for retirement? From its odd beginnings to its health impacts and global confusion, DST has certainly left its mark on history. What's your final take? Should we keep DST, go back to standard time, or try something new? Drop a comment with your vote. And if you learned something new today, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any more surprising facts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Subscribe for more.